Good morning once again to an amazing session 22. This is the last session of this year, 2020, and we are super excited, friends. We never thought when we started this session that, the Get and Get Fit series, that we are going to have some amazing speakers week on week, every Saturday. And this is going to come to a different level. We really did not know that. But I guess, 1,000 mile journey starts with a single step, and that's how it started for us too. And what is so amazing is, the kind of reception we got from everyone who wanted to be a part of our session, who wanted to give us their, life journey. I would not say jnana, because I don't think anybody can preach here. It's only that they have, walked the talk before, and they have done it, and they have proved it, and they have, set us a standard for themselves, and that is what they are ready to share it with each one of us. So today we're going to hear an amazing transformation story, and our guest speaker today is Bhavani. I'll be introducing her shortly. But before that, I want to tell you what Get In, Get Fit series is all about. So we started as a small WhatsApp group of like-minded friends who wanted to get into fitness. I'm sure all of you understood the kind of mindset we all had in March, April, right? So, when everybody was in turbulent minds, and they just wanted to calm themselves, we said, why not start improving our immunity, right? And so we started doing pranayam and yoga. And it's my, with profuse thanks and gratitude to Surya Ma, who leads us every Mondays, Thursdays, and Wednesdays, 6:30 to 7:10, and where she teaches us yoga, and she teaches us breathing exercises. And we have had some amazing stories there too. And that is how we slowly added a few of our like-minded friends and had that WhatsApp group. And then we said, why not, get some stories into our sessions, because all of us love listening to stories, right? And when it is your story, you would definitely tell it with passion. So that is how the idea came. And I would like to thank Pramod for giving us the link every Saturday, and for Judeline and our baby Nathan, who records our session every single Saturday. And thanks to all of them and my entire Get and Get Fit team for being our, strength, our support, our encouragement. And that is how we put forth this kind of sessions for you every single week. And then we just said we will have it only for 3 months, because in the beginning we did not know how much this lockdown and this testing time is going to last. So we said we'll do it for 3 months. So that is how we planned, because I feel any decision, it takes around 90 days to really, get into your blood. They say it needs 21 days to make it a habit, right? They say a habit is a bit, and that's how it becomes in it. So that is how the habit just starts up. So we said we will make it into 90 days, and that's how we said 3 months. And we were supposed to close down this session by by September. But it was God's plan all the way. And then the reception which we got, and I had a line of speakers coming up, and it just transformed. That's all. I don't have words to express my gratitude to the Almighty who really made this happen, and to all those wonderful speakers. So what we have planned is, now that we are in the 22nd session, we are going to go towards the 25th by Jan 16th. So it's my kind request to all those expert speakers to send in their pictures, their photographs, just about till chest size, because I'm going to make a very nice brochure, a virtual brochure. Definitely we're going to have the Get and Get Fit team, then we're going to have all the regular participants, and we're going to hear it from them on the 25th episode. So you are all going to be the people who are going to talk on how this 25 weeks has transformed you. And we also are going to have a brochure of all our expert speakers, and that is going to be something amazing, because they have added the kind of glitz and glamour to this session. And to top it all, we're going to have a mega celebrations with January coming up in 2021. So with all those good things happening, I thought, we needed a session today, which should be like a blast. Yesterday, of course, was Merry Christmas. I'm sure most of you celebrated Christmas in a very grand way, because Christmas I never felt was a festival only for a certain sect of people, Christians. No, I've always felt that Christmas was something of joy, merriment, and I have always celebrated Christmas. So yesterday was so much of fun, and sharing greetings. And I'm sure the next week we're going to welcome the new year and say Happy New Year 2021, right? So with all those good things happening, I thought we needed a nice inspirational story today. And that's how we have Bhavani with us today. And more exciting is, JS, who came to our, rescue. And he said, I'm going to, definitely have a nice speaker suggestion for you. And that's how we have. So thank you, JS, for always being there for us. And welcome to Bhavani. We're going to have the spotlight on Bhavani, and then I'm going to start talking about her. Okay, so Bhavani is on the spotlight right now. And welcome, Bhavani, to this amazing session. And thank you so much for, joining us. And I'm going to talk to you a little about Bhavani right now, and the person that she has been, and how she's transformed herself. Of course, you're going to hear the entire story from her. This is a story of Mrs. Bhavani Ramamurthy, a story and a journey of transformation, a journey of medical challenges which she had, to how she made fitness her passion, overcoming all the lifestyle issues with yoga, cycling, and running marathons. She's going to share her story of perseverance and how she gained confidence in life. Today, she's a fitness enthusiast, a recreational runner, a cyclist, and an aspiring triathlete. She's an avid trekker and an international cycling explorer with a podium finish. And this, Get in Get Fit series is so proud and extremely happy to have Mrs. Bhavani as our expert speaker today. And you can see her, she's glowing there. But I want her to tell you how she was and how she is, and what all happened and what made her feel about her journey, and what was her thoughts, what were her emotions as she took her initial baby steps, and how she has overcome all her challenges. I personally feel the external challenges are always very little. It's the internal mind blocks which prevent any of us from giving our best in our life. So over to you, Bhavani, and we are super excited to have you, and thank you so much for sparing time out of your busy schedule and joining us. So welcome aboard, and over to you.
Okay, first and foremost, thank you, Vidya. I think you're probably one of the most enthusiastic, energetic, passionate speakers I've ever heard in a very long time. So I would love to compliment you for that. Thank you so much. And then, of course, my heartfelt gratitude to JS sir, because he's one big inspiration for all of us in the running community. And it's a big honor to have somebody like JS acknowledge me and then suggest my name to you. So thank you so much, JS sir and Chairman. And I'm so glad that you're joining us for today's session. And I think Vidya did probably summarize what has been my journey and in a nutshell, but I would love to elaborate on that. Like, let me start, let me go a little bit, probably rewind, like in Tamil cinema style, Malarum Ninevugal. Let's go back a little bit to the year, probably 2015. So this is the year when I turned 40. And I was pretty much settled in life, married, 2 kids, everything. And I was living in the US and I had moved to India. But somewhere down the lane, I think my health went for a toss. Like, asthmatic, I had asthma. And then I added like insane amount of weight. Like, in February 2015, I kind of weighed 87.5 kgs, extremely unhealthy. Had a happy family life, everything, and had a career which I loved. I was like a life coach, which probably is like going and transforming people's lives, and that was the job that I did. So everything was okay, but I kept on adding this weight, and I didn't care about what I ate, and I think it came to a point. I'm sure it bothered me inside, but I really didn't care because I did, face a lot of like comments, first coming from your family and then your friends. Oh, before marriage, you used to look so thin. Now look at you. These kind of small jabs started coming my way, right? I still remember like when I went to office, I have this big boss who very casually made a joke like, oh, now you look like a sumo wrestler, and that hurt me a lot. Like, that kind of pricked me inside a lot. Like somebody in front of so many people, they're calling me a sumo wrestler. It made me feel bad, but I didn't do anything about it. Okay. Always internally I used to think, okay, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. I am going to lose weight. I am going to lose weight, like that. And I kept continuing with my life, though it was somewhere in the back of my mind. Like I remember enrolling in a gym. I enrolled in Fitness One. I think I must have gone for like 1 month or something, and then I dropped it. Okay. Like this, many things. Then I enrolled with one trainer. Then I went for some time and I stopped. Like this, so many things I tried, but I didn't stay at anything. I went on with my life. Then I finished a session in Coimbatore. I think this was in the year 2015. And every week I used to travel. I had like insane amount of travel at work. I mean, I was making a great amount of money, okay? But insane travel, like Monday to almost Saturday, I have to travel. And I really don't know because my sessions, my corporates, wherever they call me, ours was a 6-week program. Every week I had to be there like for 4 hours, 5 hours. It's like about being in Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai, Sriperumbudur, like this. And even I'll go to Karur, Erode, like that. We used to do our programs everywhere. So I really didn't have any fixed schedule to my life because my work was like that, right? My work was taking the top priority in my life. And then I think after I finished this session in Coimbatore, I felt very sick. Like this was the third time that month I was having a fever of like some 104, immediately like wheezing, asthma. And somehow on a train, I came back and there is this porter, because I traveled so much, he knows me so well which train I'm going to come back in from Coimbatore or Salem. And wherever he sees me in Central, he'll carry whatever little luggage that I have. I never even used to carry that little luggage. I used to keep a porter and he'll walk me out directly to go inside the auto. So at that moment, when he saw me, he said, "Madam, what is wrong?" Then I told him, no, I have fever and all these things, right? Then he said, "This is the second or third time I'm seeing you. You're saying that you're having fever and then you're saying you go and help people change their lives." And I have spoken to him quite a bit, Then he said, if you are not going to change yourself, what is the point? Approach, like that he asked me, right? So I think for me, that was an epiphany, or that was a moment of like truth. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I'm going and inspiring people to change their lives. I'm telling them like, you have to set goals, you have to do this, you have to do that. But where am I doing it in my life? I mean, I probably didn't have any goals towards my health, towards my fitness, nothing. I had zero amount of goals towards that at that moment in time because I kept telling, okay, the time will come, the time will come, the time will come. Right? Then I decided, no, this is not going to be it because somewhere deeply inside, I am unhappy about the way I am. First is, it's not only about the additional weight because I'll tell you what, even if we are having additional weight, all of us know, some of us or most of us know how to carry it. And it's not about that. More than external, it is something very internal. It was about my health. I was very concerned. Here I am at 40. Apart from wheezing, asthma, I had some ulcerative colitis because of the fact that, I used to eat outside, not take care of my health and all this. So I was like, if this is the way I'm going to progress in my life, it just struck me like a ton of bricks. Then by the time I hit 50 or 52, I'm going to be extremely sick. I'm going to be one of those people who's going to go in and out of the doctor's office and probably be having so much of prescription medication, right? So I said, you know what? I have to change my life. And nobody else can change it for me. Nobody else. Only I can do it, right? So as a first step, with like around 87.5 kgs of weight, And not that I was an athlete in school. Okay, I mean, something, I don't know, in the school life, they say 100 meters, we'll run 200 meters. But I've always had a passion towards going and working out in the gym, but I never persisted. Okay. So I started first in my apartment complex with a yoga class, 5 to 6 in the morning. So I started going regularly. Okay. And with that yoga class, I saw a slight change. What change was, I felt more peace and calm when I started doing that yoga, because generally, even when I was working and all, I used to have a lot of restlessness. Okay, like, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? A little amount of anxiety also, I can say. But when I started doing that yoga in the morning, right, like it was just 5 to 6 Surya Namaskars and some fantastic asanas, I slowly started seeing the change. Like, probably I could not even bend and touch my toes. Like in 2 weeks' time, I saw the change that I could bend slightly and touch my toes. And I was like, wow, I'm able to do this. Okay, it's not bad, right? And so I got hooked on to yoga. In the meantime, my job, I said, was very pressing, right? So I took a call. Like I said, I spoke to my boss and I said, you know what? I'm not going to travel anymore for work, because this is affecting my health a lot, right? And I know that, you need a person who can travel, who can be flexible. But right now, I can't offer that flexibility of traveling. And surprisingly, they took it very well in my company. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make, only we think that we cannot go and approach somebody in terms of like anything, right? It's not that. They were like, okay, fine, no problem. They found somebody else to do my job. So it's not that we are irreplaceable in life. We think that we are irreplaceable, but a company will know how to hire somebody else. But when your health goes, we cannot hire anybody else to come and take care of our health, right? So they were fine with it. And they said, okay, any local assignments which come, you can take up. So that's when I realized your health is in your hands. It's in nobody else's hands, right? Then came this whole thing of running. Okay. I'm sure JS sir would identify with it. Running was a big fad at that time because of Pinkathon. Okay, this is I'm talking about in the year 2015. One thing was Milan Soman was like, endorsing it. So everybody were like, wow, Milan Soman is endorsing the Pinkathon. And I also got into that bandwagon. Okay, let me go see what it is. I registered for 1 3 kilometers run. That is all, 1 3 kilometers run. And you should see the amount of anxiety I had for the 3 kilometer run the previous day. Oh, will I run? Will I walk? Will I do this? Will I do that? What will happen to me? Will my hand pain? With my leg pain? But I said, you know what? I'm going to go. Whatever it is, I'm going to go for this run. So I took my first step towards going for this run. And then we all were standing, the 10 kilometers runner. When that time they said 10 kilometers to me, they seemed like, wow, 10 kilometers these people are running. Amazing. Then came the 5 kilometers runner had to run. Finally, is this 3 kilometers runner. Okay, on small loop. But I really liked what Milan Soman said on stage, even after the 10 kilometers runner left and all. He said, you know what? You people should be proud of yourself for taking the first step. Because it's not easy leaving your home and coming here. And he said, women running is very, very important because a woman is the role model for the family. What you're doing is you're leaving a legacy of change for the family. He said, my inspiration has always been my mother. And won't you like your children to have you as their inspiration? So when you run, rest guaranteed your children will definitely do something. So you are that brand ambassador for the change, right? So that struck a chord with me. I'm like, wow, what he's saying is true, right? So this is not something like he just spoke. It seemed like something like everything was coming right, and those words really made sense to me. I ran my first 3K. Felt very proud because they gave one medal also for the 3 kilometers. Okay. Then I came back and then I told my husband, I want to run more. My husband is already a runner. So he said, how much do you want to run? So I said, casually, I saw many people running 10 kilometers. I want to run 10 kilometers too. He said, okay, slowly we'll do it. Okay. In the meantime, what happened? Because we have a lot of running groups in the area where we stay. Like we have Tower Twisters, we have many running groups. They organize some cycling event by chance where you can rent cycles and you can ride. So I went to that event because when I was a kid, I used to love to ride cycles. Like I used to cycle to school, cycle with my friends. But somehow you let go of all that in your life, right? You only do it when you're a kid, correct? So when I said like, oh, nice opportunity, they're saying like 20 kilometers cycling. That time the 20 kilometers seemed like something big for me in my head. I'm like, 20 kilometers, will I, again, the same anxiety. Will I do it? Will I not do it? But that day came, we all went there. I mean, a lot of friends, all of us went there. Some rental cycles and all were there. They gave us helmets and I started riding. By chance, I met my first mentor towards running, cycling there because he was cycling with me. And again, you know, like when you are ready, the universe is also ready to give, right? I met such fantastic people in this journey. So he gave me some tips towards cycling, running, which got me very interested. And I went and I told my husband, I want to buy a cycle. And as my husband is already into fitness, he said, okay, come, let's both go buy cycles. So after having cycled just 120 kilometers, very boldly, I went and bought my cycle. Okay. I don't know ABC of even riding a scooter in Chennai because it's been ages since I've done that. But I said, I am going to do that. So we both got our cycle. Slowly, I started cycling. You believe me, I used to do only like 16 kilometers, 20 kilometers. Running when slowly, I used to tell myself, okay, I've finished 3 kilometers. Now, how do I do the 3 kilometers? Because sometimes 1 kilometer itself seems like a challenge. So there's one signal near my house. From my house to the signal is 1 kilometer. So I'll tell myself, so you have to run continuously till the signal. If I run continuously till the signal, I will sit there and I will clap for myself. Okay. So from my house to the signal, I will run 1 kilometer, clap for myself, run 1 more kilometer, half more kilometer, come back to the same signal and come back home. Like this, I was doing the 3 kilometers for a very long time and I kept clapping for myself. Then slowly, I came to know about the running groups which exist wherever you are in whatever area. So I got myself into the running group which was there locally. And at the same time, they organized some 5-kilometer run in Anna Nagar, Tower Twisters. So I registered myself for that also. I said, I've done 3 kilometers. I can definitely do 5 kilometers. This was in the year 2016. Okay. By then, my yoga was also becoming regular. I was getting good in cycling also. Then slowly I registered for this 5K run and I went there. I finished that 5K run in 45 minutes. And believe me, I think I was the happiest person in the universe. I was dancing, I was posing for pictures. I said, 45 minutes, I finished from 5 kilometers. Fantastic, you know. That was a happiness. See, I think sometimes the drive that we want from within is these small little successes that we see. And it is not about how much distance you ran, where you ran. It is about completing an activity which you have committed yourself to, right? So for me, the completion of the activity means a big thing, right? So that was the, that was a driving force behind what I wanted to do. Then I realized, okay, so if I can do a 5 kilometer, I can definitely do a 10 kilometer. If I can cycle on 20 kilometers, I can definitely cycle a 50 kilometers. And that is how I started taking my baby steps in the world of fitness. From the year 2015 to 16, I was very slow. 5, like that only I used to do. Then when I got that confidence in 2016, I started running more. I started running 8, I started running 10. I did 1 or 2 10 kilometers run. I felt very good. And, and I started running more. I registered for more races. Slowly, when you start registering yourself for whatever that happens in and around locally, that is a kind of an inspiration and push. And in cycling also, I kind of, gave it my best shot and I registered for my first 100 kilometers cycling event conducted by one of the local cycling groups. And I had done only 50 or 60 till then. Believe me, I could not sleep the previous night at all. I was like, oh, will I do it? Will I not do it? It was very tough. It was very challenging. By 90th kilometer, I felt like I'm really going to faint. I'm going to give up on this. Okay. But somehow that drive of that number 100, okay, 100 we have committed. And of course, my husband was with me. So he said, it is nothing. It is just in your mind. Think about it. I stopped to a tea shop. I had soda with salt, everything. And somehow, more than 100, I finished 105 because I lost the way to go back. I don't know where I lost my way, but I finished more than what I had committed. So this way, I started taking baby steps, right? And sometimes when you start doing things consistently, because I joined a running group, because I joined a cycling group, only thing that I had to do was get up in the morning and I had a yoga class. So the only thing that I had to do in the morning was get up and go and show myself up. The rest, the group is there to support you, right? So I got into it. I slowly started seeing excellence because I started putting a lot of hard work. I'm not the best, okay? I'm definitely not the best, but I'm extremely passionate and I'm very, very perseverant in what I've taken up. Same thing I did in yoga, I did in that. And for a person who could not even touch, bend and touch, if I have achieved so much, I would say it is only because of the passion that I had. Like, okay, this makes me feel good about myself. That feeling when you complete, and it is not for the world. It makes you feel good inside for yourself. And as a byproduct, I saw weight loss. Okay, as a byproduct, slowly. Weight loss was never in the picture when I went into it. Most important was getting my health back into my hands. Okay. And then, I said, I should do more in this because that was the driving force, right? So I registered for a half marathon, trained very hard, trained extremely hard. And it was the first Wipro half marathon that I'm running. One night or 2 nights before the half marathon, I got high fever. And I was thinking, no, it's okay, it's okay. I got some rashes. I went to the doctor and the doctor said, sorry, ma, you've got chickenpox. I was so taken aback by this. Like, I was like, what is this? I mean, I struggled so much and this has happened, right? Then I thought, okay, it is God's way of telling me something. Maybe I should take the necessary rest. I rested for 10 days. After that, by chance, I got to know of Auroville Marathon, which happens in Pondicherry. I registered for that, went and ran my first official half marathon in Auroville, which I finished in a very decent timing, 2 hours, 45 minutes, right? So the thing, what I'm trying to say, sometimes there will be setbacks, there will be failures, but we should not get disappointed by that. We should again come back to this, right? And I got so interested in running and cycling that, I started going more and more into it. I started doing more and more trips. I found out who are these people who are organizing these cycling trips, these running trips, these cycling experiences. So I got myself into it. And today I can very proudly say, where I am today is I've run more than like some 20 to 21 half marathons. I've cycled so many 100 kilometers. And yesterday I did a 150-kilometer ride to Pondicherry. Just me and my husband. I did it in very good timings. I came back and today morning went for a very slow run. And this is where I am today, from a person who used to tell and clap for myself to just run 1 kilometer up to the signal to finish on 3 kilometers. Okay. So I feel everything is possible. We have to have it within us. And I just want to share a few pictures for you to realize how it is. Can you see this picture? Just go to share the screen, okay? Okay. Did you all see these pictures?
Yeah.
This was me, okay? With all the chubby cheeks and everything. So you see me in this year 2015, right? And you can see in some of the pictures, I really do look pretty sick because I was not well at that moment in time, right? So this is after my, what I call a self-transformation, where I am today. Can you all see my picture?
Yes.
So I proudly want to say the picture that you see, the third picture on the right-hand side, I ran this year, Aircard Hill Ultra. I ran a 25-kilometer run and I was a podium finisher. I came second, okay? And, I am sharing just few pictures in the process of this fitness journey. Okay, can you all see me now or how is it? Is it okay? Are you able to see me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to, so I'm just going to have this screen on because I am a little technically challenged. So please do forgive me for that. So what I want to say is like, this transformation journey of mine is something very personal and I think everybody can do it. It is just about like, putting your mind into it and keeping your eye on the big picture always. Okay, this is what I want. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. Setting your mind. I will come to the house of how I did. I've prepared a small presentation, but I want to share my journey first. So when I started the cycling, running and yoga, coincidentally, it happened that I have a morbid fear of heights. Even if I go on a giant wheel, I'll probably freeze. Okay. And even if I go to like 17th floor of one building, I'll freeze if I look down. So by chance, I got to know of all these treks which are happening. And it had been my dream because my husband had gone on a Himalayan trek twice. And I had seen the pictures and all that stuff. So I wanted to go, and so I registered for my first Himalayan trek in this year only, in the year 2017. Something known as Har Ki Dum, 6-day trek around 10,000 feet altitude. And I really didn't know like whether I'm going to do it or not. I just gave my name alone by myself. Nobody coming with me. No husband, nothing, no friends. I said, if I have to break this barrier, I have to do it alone. And believe me, I don't know ABC of camping, trekking. I'm also a little bit very pampered, like everything has to be fine kind of person, right? And the minute I go there, I realized that this is not like it's going to be very easy, because they do tell you, but then the experience that you have there is completely different, right? Like you have to pitch tents, you have to learn how to pitch your own tents, and the toilets are only outside. And then, of course, every day it is walking to so much of altitude, coming down, all that stuff, right? So what? No, I was like totally scared. But then I told myself, yes, I'm going to do it. First day itself, there was a big storm. We reached the campsite. All what is supposed to come, our whatever, our backpacks, the cooks, nobody came. So we had to pitch the tent ourselves, and it was howling winds. But that was the first day experience of my 6-day trek. And I think that kind of cured me for life. And I successfully completed that trek. I was the first to finish, which is a very proud factor for me. And today, I very proudly say that I have done more than like around 9 treks in my life. So which is something which is like I completely, I'm very, very proud of. Because what happens when you go into this journey of fitness, okay, is like sometimes we also start experiencing many other things as a byproduct in our life. Like, you know, it could be trekking for few, it could be anything. But you start experiencing many other things because you're fit enough to do it. I'm sure many of us might have a dream. I want to do scuba diving. I want to do bungee jumping. I want to do so many things, right? But you might be thinking, am I fit to do it? Or let's say the most holy thing or place. Everybody wants to go to Kedarnath Yatra or whatever, Kailash Mansarovar. But first question which comes to everybody's mind is, am I fit? Can I do it? The only answer I have to give people is, if I can do it being 87.5 kgs and putting my mind into it, anybody can do it. Okay, it's all in the mind. It is not that people who achieve are extraordinary, nothing of that sort. Okay, they add the extra bit to their, all of us are the same when we are born. Okay, they add the extra bit to their life. That is all it is to it, right? So I think when I can do it, I have a feeling anybody else can do it. Now, coming back to the fitness aspect, fitness is something holistic. Okay, it is not that I'm exercise, I can eat so much, I will lose weight. No, it doesn't happen that way, right? So if that means exercise can make you lose weight, people like JS or anybody who runs should be weighing 0 kgs today, because they run every day. I mean, they run almost every day, 10 kgs or 5 kgs. So that is not possible. Your mind and body is like not made up that way, correct? So you have to develop holistic habits. Like I think Vidyaa mentioned in the beginning, it makes it a habit, correct? So fitness is holistic. It cannot be one isolated aspect of your life. You keep running, you will exhaust. That is it. You know, I know so many people who just run. And after that, they don't want to go anywhere near running because they're exhausted. Or I know many people who do long distance cycling. You have this BRM series where people do 600,000 kilometers of running. And after that, they give up on cycling, because fitness for them was not holistic. Until and unless you make fitness holistic in your life, it can never be a part of your life, which means it has to have a certain amount of exercise, certain amount of good food, and I mean no dieting. Good food has to become a lifestyle, and it has to have a certain amount of your thoughts. Okay, thoughts predominate everything. I'm telling you, if you run, you cycle, you eat well and everything, but predominantly your thought process is very negative. Okay, this is not right, that is not right. You always want to blame somebody else, or you always feel like, oh, why is this happening to me? Nothing will happen to us in our life until and unless we change the thought process that we have, okay, and become very positive. And again, I'm referring back to a person like JS here. He's one of the most positive persons that I've ever encountered in my life. With all the difficulties JS and Chaya ma'am have faced in their life, I think hats off to them for being a couple who's so positive. And I think that makes a difference in your life. That amount of positivity that you carry. And that's one thing I'm very proud of. with all the extra weight, I was always a very positive person in my life. I always thought, okay, whatever it is, whatever comes our way, we can handle it. That confidence should always be there, right? So all these three together make up holistic fitness. And nutrition plays a very, 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 very vital role in your fitness. I'm going to focus a little bit on the nutrition part because I was asked by Vidyaa too to focus a little bit on the nutrition aspect. See, nutrition is not about crash diets. Let me tell you, it will not work. Okay, 15 days I'm going to go off sugar. Then 10 days I'm going to go off carbohydrates. I'm only going to have protein. It will fail. It is a recipe for failure. Because a wholesome diet is what that will make you a wholesome person. And I would always say, in India, in our olden days, they followed a very wholesome diet. They knew what to eat in what season, what to do. So maybe we cannot go back to the same old stuff, but to a certain degree, you can incorporate it in your life. Stick on with the seasonal fruits and vegetables, whatever is available. December, March, whatever you get, have that. If mango is available in April, May, enjoy. But the thing is, the recipe for success in nutrition is moderation. Okay, I follow a very, very moderate diet. Let me tell you, with all this weight loss from 87.5, I came to 67. But I wanted to come to my ideal weight of 60. Last 7 kgs is not going, despite whatever I do. So that time I started working with a nutritionist, a very close friend of mine known as Sairam. He runs this program known as Mitahara, which is a holistic look towards nutrition. So we started with how are we looking at nutrition today for me and how it should ideally be, right? So he never made any big changes and all. He never said, stop eating this, stop eating that, nothing of that sort. He just said, be aware of what you eat and make a note of it. That is all that I started doing in my life. Okay, this much rice I should have, this much vegetable I should have. So I started making a note of what I'm eating. I never cut anything from my life. Even today, I have proper South Indian lunch, but it's in portion. Portion control is the key word, right? So if you're regularly used to having 2 cups of rice, make it 1 cup of rice. Regularly used to having 2 chapatis in the night, make it 1 chapati in the night. That is all. Don't cut anything off your life because the body is very intelligent. It will crave for what you completely cut off your body, right? So like that, when you know and when you try to modify, like if you feel full, don't eat that day. That's all. Have something, some warm water in the night. So just because we are programmed that, okay, now it's breakfast time, now it's lunch time, no, now it's dinner time, you don't need to follow that. You can follow your own body's rhythm. And once in a while, somebody calls you out, you want to have a good dessert, dinner, have that. But next day, go easy on your body. Say, now Christmas dinner, you have nice biryani, everything, so be it. So what? Today, go on some lighter diet or something where you can have just 1 roti, little bit dal, little bit sabji. So nutrition is something holistic, which should involve all elements of like your protein, your good carbohydrates, and it should have a good amount of nutrients, right? You should have a lot of vegetables, a lot of stuff which is seasonal and available in Tamil Nadu, right? A lot of spinach is native to Tamil Nadu, which you can have, right? Because the kind of vegetables which grows here is definitely going to be good for our body, right? So I did want to add about the nutrition part, and that way I lost the 7 kgs by just monitoring what I ate. That is all it is today. And today also I'm maintaining it. There will always be a 1 kg, 2 kg which goes this way, that way in your life. Fair enough. But you just have to be aware of it. Aware of it and work on it. In that way, absolutely, you will achieve what you are really wanting to achieve in your life. And now that I have shared my journey, like how fitness has become, for me, fitness is not a part of my life. It is my life. It is like anything else in my life. It is like probably getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and doing your things. That is how regular it is for me. If not for anything, I'll at least go for a walk that day. If not for anything, if it's even an incredibly busy day, I will take that time. And my typical day, I wanted to share, I'm a very early morning riser. Now, before all this, I used to get up at any given time that I want. But I made a point to get up in the morning and to sleep in the night at time. So I get up by 4 in the morning. I hit the bed by 8:30. I read something for half an hour and I switch off my phone because I think social media plays a very vital role in the quality of our thoughts. It leads to unnecessary thoughts like comparison, what is happening in somebody else's life, which is not at all necessary. So I switch off my phone by 8:15, 8:30, and that's it. Back to bed by 9 and getting up in the morning. So this is how I'm maintaining what I'm doing, apart from the running and cycling and yoga and I do go to the gym also a little bit, because it's not enough if you just keep on doing some cardio. Fitness has always got three aspects. There's an endurance, there's a cardio, there's a maintenance aspect of it, right? And there's a strength aspect of it. So you need to have a bit of everything in your life. That is the variety which adds on to your life. So you have to run a little, you have to probably do whatever cardio you like, do yoga, because yoga is so holistic. If possible, go to the gym. Otherwise, whatever is there in the house also, you can do body strength exercises, squats and push-ups and all can even be done at home. If anybody wants anything else apart from this, you can ask me in the chat in the end, and then we can talk about it. But fitness is a holistic box which involves everything. Exercise, good sleep. Sleep is very, very vital. You need to sleep minimum 6 to 7 hours a day. Okay. Without that, you cannot function. If you're not able to get that, even an afternoon nap is not good enough for you, right? It's not as good as your night sleep. Night, minimum 6 to 7 hours sleep, a moderate amount of food, with lot of awareness. When you, all these three put together, and the quality of your thoughts, the biggest killer is stress. You should not get stressed by situations, okay? You should learn how to overcome that stress, that fear, whatever we have, because that will get us down more than anything else. When you work on all these aspects, you can become a holistically fit person. So without, probably wasting a little bit more time, I just wanted to share what has been my formula. I said a lot, but just to sum it up, what has been my formula towards achieving that what I want. So I'm going to go and share the screen again with all of you. So this is just...
Yeah, now we are able to see it. Yes.
Yeah. I'll just go to the slide that I want. Yes. So this is, as I was saying, so this is a before pictures, after pictures. So you can see the transformation. As I said, fitness is holistic. I do strength. And this is a picture of one of the toughest treks that I did, Rupin Pass. It is at 15,330 feet. It is fully, you have to walk in a vertical mountain to reach the pass and come sliding down in 300 feet of snow. One of the most exciting experiences for a person who has so much of fear of heights. As usual, the last person to slide down the snow. And this is me working out at home. As I said, you can work out at home. You don't need to join a gym. You don't need to do anything. There are so many YouTube channels available for us to do. We don't need to spend money towards fitness. And this is, of course, my love towards yoga. This is me again, trekking. This is somewhere in Gidara, Bugyal, and this is Goichala, one of my toughest treks. So I think Vidya would have shared this with all of you. Whatever you do in terms of fitness might seem like a small step to others, but it's a very big, giant leap for you. Don't worry about what others are saying about what you're doing. It might be small for others, but it is very, very big for you. So take that step, take that first step. And I just wanted to share a small video. I said I was very scared of heights, right? How I faced my fear. Just tell me whether you're able to see this video. I'm putting it on. So this is a Kumara Parvata trek that I did in Karnataka in monsoon, okay? I had no idea where I'm going. This is in Karnataka. It's known as Kumara Parvata Mount Pushpagiri. So you can just see this video. You can see the amount of rain. And that's me in the blue jacket. Coming through this waterfall, climbing through this waterfall, not knowing where to go. So he's saying you have to walk somewhere. And this is what it is. I have to walk through this to get there. Okay. So this was me facing my fear to the maximum. I think that trek cured me of anything which is known as fear, because it was on this particular day, we trekked around more than 31 kilometers. Okay. First time in my life after I finished it, and I was bitten the leeches from head to toe. After a point, I didn't care. I saw green water snakes and all when I was coming down, because it was fully monsoon. We were 15 of us who went to the trek. 5 of us came back to the bus. 10 of them got lost. We came back to the bus at 5 o'clock. Got ready. They came back midnight, 1 o'clock, because they got lost, and the forest rangers had to go in search of them. Okay, that was how adventurous the trek was. Now, if you ask me whether I'm going to do it again, definitely I'll do it again, because life is all about that you need it once, right? Another small thing I wanted to share, another small video I wanted to share is the second video about when I mentioned that how important is having the flexibility. Flexibility comes only through yoga and through other stuff, like, you know. So I want to share about my flexibility aspect. So this is me doing a handstand and trying to come to a tabletop position. So you see me, right, against the wall. Are you all able to see?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this was from a person who absolutely could not even tippy toes. This is how I became flexible. It's just surely through practicing it every day at whatever time that you can, right? Like, you know, just being at it. So every day, whenever you get time, you know, try to do something towards your fitness. Like, you know, when you're walking at home, whatever it is, even the little things, it matters a lot. Okay. So now let me share how I did it. 1 minute. Let me go to the major slides. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to say my formula is known as 3 C's. Okay. Very simple. It's 3C formula, right? And first is conviction. I always say whatever you have in life, you should have an unshakable belief that this is what I really want to do in life. So for me, that belief came when that porter asked me that question. If you are transforming others, you have to first transform yourself, right? At that minute, I got that unshakable belief, that deep-rooted thing. Number, like, what do you call it in Tamil? Like one veritanamana nambikkai that you should have, that this is what I want in my life. This is what, whether it is weight loss, whether it is health, whether it is starting your own company, it really doesn't matter. But that conviction should be there. It is like, some of us ladies will relate to it. You go to one sari shop, you will see one sari which you completely love. You will know for a fact, you know what, in the I don't want anything else. That kind of belief, unshakable belief you should get about yourself in life when you want to change, when you want to transform. That belief alone is not enough. I always say it should be an unshakable belief, right? We will try to do something about it, right? And the second C to me is commitment. Anything in life, if you do not give it your commitment, it is not going to work. I said no. I joined so many gyms. I did so many things, but nothing worked out because at that moment, my commitment was, okay, my job gets my top priority, right? So in commitment, first thing is stop time wasting activities. I always encourage everybody, like unnecessary time on mobile, unnecessary time on doing things are time wasters, talking about people, talking about past, talking about this is how I used to be, I am like this today. All that is just a time waster, right? And then set your priority. Okay, my priority is I have to be healthy. I have to lose this much weight. See, I believe in writing it down. I always write down everything. Okay, this week I'm going to do this. Even when I was in that weight loss, I wrote down. My dream was I am 60 kgs. I always used to write down that I am 60 kgs wherever I am, whatever diary, anything like an affirmation, I used to write it down. And you have to manage your activities in the given time. So you are doing something and you're talking to your friend in the phone in the gym is not going to work out. You're not giving your friend justice also, and you're not giving yourself also the proper thing. Okay, it's nice to have social company when you do things, but that should not become the priority. The priority should be the activity that you are doing, right? That is the commitment that you have to give it to yourself, right? And then third C is consistency. I always say, whatever you take up in life, you have to do the same thing again and again and again till you master it. So if I'm able to run a 21-25 kilometers today, if I'm able to cycle a 150 kilometers today from where I was in 2015 till now, okay, it's taken 6 years. It is okay. All of us have our own time in life, right? There is a person who has become a president of a country at the age of like some 80. Joe Biden is nearing 80 and he's the president of the United States of America today, right? It doesn't matter. Okay, all of us will get our time in life. It really doesn't matter. Okay, today I'm running so much. by tomorrow, by next 6 months, I should run a half marathon, I should run a marathon. Sometimes it's not possible because every body is different. But keep doing, keep running the 3 kilometers every day, keep walking the 2 kilometers every day, keep doing that yoga every day. Some result will come out of it. And the key words I always keep telling people is never give up. Whatever it is, never give up. Oh, I'm not seeing results. Results don't come instantaneously. Never give up. Have the discipline. Consistency and discipline go hand in hand. You have to have that discipline of a 5 a.m. to 9 schedule, 9 p.m. schedule. Get up at 5 in the morning. I go to bed at 9. No matter what, this is my schedule. And this time is a time for myself. Until unless you get up early in the morning for women, it is going to be very difficult to handle the house and exercise, right? And every day be at it. Whatever you can do. Even if it's a very busy day, evening, can you take out time to go and walk for 3 kilometers? You have to be at it. That's the only way that we see results in life, right? So now, the time is 10:53, Vidya, right?
Yes, dear.
Yeah. So I wanted to say, do you want me to again like answer some questions specifically, because we're almost nearing the end, right? So
yeah, I would just be reading out the chat box and what people have asked. And at the same time, there's only one question which has come out as a question. The rest of them have been, only appreciation. So one question is, how about cooking and other household chores? And do you have any help for that? So that was the only question. The others are all appreciation.
Yes. See, I do have help for that. But I'll again quote an example. During the time of Corona, nobody was allowed inside the house, right? So we all used to manage, somehow. I used to, during Corona, I was not even allowed to run outside my building. I used to run inside the house. I used to get up again at 4:30, run inside the house, then do the cooking, then do the household job. I really enjoyed it. Actually speaking, I felt that I was getting extra workout. I really got more strong and more toned only thanks to the Corona pandemic, because I think I started doing a lot of household work too. Yes, absolutely, you can do it. There is nothing which says that it's not possible at all. I think this pandemic taught us good lessons that our hands are the best hands and we can help ourselves, right? Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Bhavani. And before we summarize the session, I just thought, I should tell everybody this acronym. It stands for MAD SMS, MADSMS. So I'm sure all of us would be able to remember this MAD SMS. M stands for mindset. I think, you need to have a very positive mindset when you're thinking about anything related to health. And next is A, which is the attitude. Your attitude should again be positive, which means, as even Bhavani today spoke about, you would have setbacks, but always think about your comeback. It's always these setbacks are just minor roadblocks, but it is for a bigger road waiting for you at the other side of that challenge. Next is D, which is your diet. And I'm sure all of you understand the power of good nutrition. And the good nutrition starts with actually eating all kinds of food types. It is protein, carbohydrates, vitamins, water, fiber content in your diet, everything. Don't give up on anything. No diets as such. It is just that moderate eating. The way you would like to eat anything, and so that your inner soul is not craving for any kind of food thing. So I also advocate that, and we have had many nutritionists coming over and telling the same thing. Our next speaker is also going to be a nutritionist. So we have a plethora of speakers in what we call the holistic way of life, and that is all what Get In Get Fit series is all about. We talk about heart, body, mind, and soul. So we are going to really think about that. Next is S, which is sleep. I think Bhavani has put a lot of emphasis on good sleep. And as a doctor, I can just add one more point that, you can never compensate your night sleep for any afternoon naps or anything. You can have a power nap. You can have a half an hour, 45-minute power nap. That's okay. But you can't say that I've slept only 2 hours in the night and I'm going to sleep 4 hours in the afternoon and make up for that 6 hours. That's an absolute no-no, my dear friends. We need to have 6 hours of good quality sleep. It's not only the hours of sleep, it also means the good quantity of sleep. When you get up in the morning, you should feel fresh. If that is the kind of sleep you have had, that's going to really add value. Next is M, which is your meals. As Bhavani pointed out, that is again a thing which I second. When we speak about meals, we don't speak about eating at the fixed times, but definitely when your body is hungry, the body will ask you for food, and that is the time you need to feed it. You can have 5 to 6 meals every day. They are not those heavy, chunky meals which you eat one meal and skip the other. That's not the way you eat. You eat portioned meals at every given point of time. You have a breakfast. You have a mid-morning meal, which could be a fruit bowl. Then you can have your lunch, and then you can have your evening, some fruit juice or something like that, or some, salad, some kind of soups. And then, of course, your dinner. Again, a dinner is supposed to be an early dinner so that before you go to sleep, you have at least 2.5 to 3 hours of a good time to digest your food. And the last S is stress levels. I'm sure all of us go through challenges in life, but the most important thing is being, ready and aware of what your challenges are, and have a very positive approach towards your challenge, which means whenever you face a challenge, you always can be a part of the problem, or you can be a part of the solution. Always choose your solution. Like the story of Bhavani said, the porter asked, what happened to you? You're not doing well. She did not deny the entire process because it was from the voice of a porter. She saw the care of what he had for her, and she took a decision that, yes, I am not well, let me work towards it. So this inspiration can come from any common man, and that is what this Get In Get Fit series is all about. Again, we are looking for real life heroes. We are all looking for real life people who have made, I would not say the impossible possible, and that is how they really made this change. So with all due respects to our expert speaker today, who spoke on all this acronym, the MAD SMS, thank you so much, Bhavani, for your amazing time. I'm now going to read out the chat which has come from all our friends, and I'm sure this is going to make your day. Rukmani Ma says, super point, we think we cannot be replaced. Boss will find someone, but our health, no one else can replace. Lakshmi says, your experience is inspiring. Where there is a will, there's a way. When there is a way, there is life. Inner happiness is more important, as you said. And JS says, I like your statement. When you're ready, the universe is also ready. Harihara Sudan says, thanks a lot. Really, I'm touched. I'm much privileged to get involved in this session. Thank you, sir, for those kind words. JS says, passion is the key, keep it up. And Lakshmi says, excellent. We have Harihara Sudan again said, who wants to be a part of us. Sir, please take down my number. My number is 98401 76088. You can contact me, send a WhatsApp. I will include you to the group where you will get regular updates of this session. Rukmani Ma says, congratulations, excellent challenge. JS says, what a transformation. Surya Ma says, excellent. Lakshmi again says, when we are left alone, we learn many things. True, if it is possible for one person, it is possible for others too. Rukmani Ma says, from 1 kilometer straight to running great heights and inspiration. Very proud of you. An absolute great example to quote. Again, Lakshmi says, a great weight loss. JS says, good point. Sleep is important. Rukmani Ma says, you have touched all points so fast and clearly that in a nutshell, we are aware of all the facts you mentioned. And Harihara Sudan again says, Very motivating and feel very much encouraged and more inspired too, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Ramaka says, excellent session. Very proud of you. Very useful time today. And a lot more people saying, Jay Shri has asked, how about cooking and the household chores? Do you have any help? And others again joining in to say, super, excellent talk. Mini ma'am says, excellent talk. Kritika says, amazing perseverance and transformation. Keep it up. How
Vidyaa?
much of importance we are giving to the Mediterranean meditation food. Harihara Sudan says, and I'm always fascinated, your big nose pins, JS says, and Parvati says, excellent session, ma'am, very useful message. Very proud of you, Vidya, for organizing this. Thank you. And Jayashree says, Corona was this year alone. You have started your journey in 2015, isn't it? Jay says, fantastic sharing. A new Bhavani I met today. And again, Lakshmi says, setback is definitely a comeback. Congratulations, madam. So that is how we have had an excellent session. And yes, Bhavani, you have got something to tell.
Yeah, I just wanted to end a little bit with 3 thoughts, right? First, there was this question, this Corona was in the year 2000, it is not here now, only now it has come, right? See, I just want to share, yes, I have been lucky, I do have some help and my children are a little grown up now, but I want to share a story of another co-cyclist whom I know. Her name is Deepa Chaitanyan. She's done something marvelous. She's come to Kunguma magazine also. She has finished something known as the SR series, which is basically doing 200, 300, 400, 600 and 1000 kilometers of cycling. And recently, she cycled all the way with Dr. Shailendra Babu and team to Kanyakumari, around 600 kilometers. Okay. Her story, I'm always very inspired. Young girl, 33, 34 years, has a daughter who's 8 years old, working full time, gets up in the morning, early morning, finishes cycling, goes back home, cooks, no maid, nothing, goes to work. Okay, takes the support of her husband. Absolutely, I do agree. But when there is a will, there is a way. Please imagine cycling something like that. Okay, impossible without a maid, without a cook. Everybody would say she might have help. Not at all. She does everything on her own. So when you are into fitness, you meet such inspiring people who, it is not that everybody has got everything set for them, right? It happens. It comes their way. And somebody asked about meditation. I also wanted to add, I have been doing meditation for the last 22 years in my life. I believe that to reduce stress, you have to meditate. I do transcendental meditation. So that is one more thing that I wanted to add. Thank you, Vidya. It is so sweet of you to read out all the chat. I did want to end with the story, but maybe sometime else because it's already 11:05 for you guys.
You want to share the story? We can have you right away. No issues.
Yeah, I just want to share because in my job, I tell a lot of stories and I'm very, very attached to stories because I learn a lot from stories. Just to end today's session, a story and a thought. There was this man in a seashore. Lots of these starfish, this star-shaped fish, they had just come to the seashore like that. And they were like, because of some tidal wave or something. And I think what happened was he was taking one fish at a time and throwing it into the sea. Okay. So then a couple of young men came to the beach and they were wondering what this old man is doing. What is he doing? So many fish are lying. He's taking one and he's throwing it back into the ocean. So these young men and all, they were like walking on there and they went and laughed and they said, Uncle, what are you doing, Uncle? Look, there are like thousands and thousands of them. When are you going to start, finish throwing everything into the sea? This old man turns around, looks at them and says, if I can make difference to one starfish, that is enough for me, right? These young men are so impacted by what this old man had to say. They also started throwing the starfish back into the sea because once they are back into the sea, they live. So like that, slowly people who came to the beach, they got so inspired. All of them threw back all the starfish which had washed back into the sea. Now, while I'm telling you the story, sometimes we think, oh, it's so difficult to do this one step. I will be the only one person doing it. It need not necessarily be in life. That one step that you take will make a change for yourself. And when you are making that change for yourself, you inspire so many other people to make a change in their life. Stop thinking only about you and what impact it's going to have on you. think about your transformation having an impact on so many people, right? So that is the thought that I wanted to leave you with. Even if it's one step, like throwing that one starfish, even if it's 1 kilometer of running, even if it's like 5 kilometers of cycling, whatever works for you, or just 1 hour of yoga, it can be anything. Plenty of exercises to choose from. Choose your thing. Choose wisely what suits you, what suits your timing, what suits your family situation. But that will make a big difference, not only to you, to people in the family, your friend circle, everybody. Okay. So that is one thought I wanted to leave them with, Vidya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bhavani. I mean, it really made, we didn't want to leave you unfinished, because when you had something to tell us, we were all ears to listen to you. And thank you so much for that inspirational story. I am a storyteller myself, so I love listening to stories. I feel, when you teach or when you share, you learn yourself. And, that was so amazing. And I want to, really tell all our viewers today, it was an absolute treat to have you for our session 22. And as we have already told that, all our 22 speakers till now, we have had, as I told you, a plethora. We have had people who have shared their physical change or transformation. We have had people speak about training your mind and meditation. We have had speakers on yoga. We have had Zumba trainers. We have had nutritionists coming and speaking. And definitely, it really plays a very, very, very major role. Because particularly or personally, when I take it to myself, I feel, all of us have so much of grit and determination, and each of us can make it possible. It's only one decision away. It's that one step which we need to take every single day. And I'm sure as we step into a new year of 2021, all of us are going to walk towards this mission of Get In Get Fit series. The whole idea of this Get In Get Fit series was to make people aware of their physical fitness, their mental fitness, their psychological fitness, and get in and get fit in all aspects of your life. And our aim is to have 10,000 people who are not into fitness gets inspired by live examples, with heroes, real life heroes. We are looking out as each of you as our celebrity speaker, and that is why I told you the 25th session is going to be something amazing, because we are going to have all your pictures come up. And I'm sure by the week we are 52, we're going to have more than 10,000 people who would have got inspired and started some small way. Like you said, just 1 kilometer running made a difference. Some exercise made a difference. And that is how we have our group. Every day we have accountability messages. Like you spoke about consistency, like you spoke about, commitment. We have people who are committed to this cause, and many of them who are giving in their daily inputs there. So that is what this entire Get In Get Fit series is all about. And thank you so much, JS, for referring Bhavani. And thank you so much, Bhavani, for taking time out of your busy schedule, preparing such a beautiful slide. I have taken some screenshots, which I'll be sharing with you at the end of this session. And it's so wonderful. Lots of hugs coming your way. I know I have not met you in person, but just waiting for all this to get over so that we can meet in person and, have our group hugs. I'm so excited about that. And I'm so sure and confident that life is going to be much more pleasant as it is today. We can only thank God and count our blessings that all of us are hale and healthy, and thank Him for His hand of protection on us, and be in gratitude towards God as we work towards the last week of this year, and hoping for all new beginnings, all new excitement waiting for us in 2021. I can just wish each one of you a very, very, very happy new year, happy, prosperous, and wealthy 2021. And thank you so much, buddies, for joining us today. I know every second we spend together makes a, absolute difference for all of us. And if any of the participants want to speak and congratulate and thank Bhavani, you're free to do so now.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Bhavani, and love you so much. And Happy New Year, friends.
Yeah.
Very inspiring talk, Bhavani. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you can check out my Instagram alterno.3c or in Facebook, my company. I'll just put it here in the chat. I run this alterno.3c, so you can check it. I do keep messaging some inspiring stories or whatever comes my way, so you can check it. It's known as alterno.3c in Insta and in Facebook. Are you all able to see the chat?
No, you have to do a screen sharing. I have taken your, I have taken the note of your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just share it in the WhatsApp group. It's alterno.3c.
I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Very inspiring, very inspiring, Bhavani. It was fantastic session. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you,
Bhavani.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Wish you all a very happy New Year.
Thank you, Jay.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
And thank you, buddies, for joining in. We are going to meet again on Monday for our pranayam and yoga. And of course, next Saturday with another speaker on the other side of this new year. Okay?
Yeah.
So take care and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.